Developing tonight, the homicide of an 11-year-old girl has both politicians and ordinary citizens calling for a law in her name. Erin Maxwell was found with serious injuries inside her family's Palermo home late last month. She later died at University Hospital. State police have labeled Maxwell's death a homicide. So far, no arrests have been made in the case, but the Maxwell house has been deemed unfit to live because of piles of garbage and feces and more than 100 cats inside. A social worker visited the home in 2006, but Social Services Commissioner Francis Lanigan says at that time there were no facts to predict a homicide, and Erin was not removed from the home. Some local lawmakers now say the system failed Erin, and that's why they're pushing for a law in the little girl's name. Laura Hand has more information.
There's a lot of public support for doing something right now.
In Syracuse's Columbus Circle this afternoon, a mini demonstration and calls for what they're calling Erin's Law, after Erin Maxwell, the 11-year-old whose homicide is still being investigated, and so are the living conditions in her Palermo home.
When I found out that she died, I couldn't stand back and not tell somebody that this had happened, that this could have been prevented.
Cyber says she went to Senator Clinton for help, got no response, but was contacted by Dave Renzi and John DeFrancisco. DeFrancisco wants the legislature to toughen current laws and get more than social workers involved.
After 2 or 3 complaints, there ought to be a requirement that the police come in. They're much more attuned to investigating situations like this, and they would be much more attuned to making sure crimes had not been committed.
There's been a candlelight vigil for Erin Maxwell, and now the people spearheading the effort for change are committed to seeing Erin's Law through.
Jackie and I are in it for the long haul, and we want to see it happen.
So what else is in this law? What are some of the details?
Well, they're still putting it together right now, but basically they want to stiffen the penalties for endangering children. And more importantly, they want to do more on the prevention side, including a statewide reporting line that records phone calls, a statewide database that could track complaints across county lines, and a defined standard that would spell out what unsafe and unsanitary conditions are.
Most of us reading all of this, Laura, think that, you know, all that sounds like common sense, you know, seeing the condition of that home.
Right. It does sound like common sense, but the problem is that they say that even with common sense, Erin Maxwell apparently fell through the cracks, and they just want to make sure that this doesn't happen again, and they think that with this unfortunate incident, the time now is to revise the laws.
All right, we'll see if it makes its way through Albany. Thank you, Laura.